Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 12, Text number 6. Bhajasva bhajaniyāṅgrihim abhavaya bhavachiddam yuktam virahitam shaktya gunamayatma mayaya. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Engage yourself fully therefore in the devotional service of the Lord, for only He can deliver us from this entanglement of materialistic existence. Although the Lord is attached to His material potency, He is aloof from her activities. Everything in this material world is happening by the inconceivable potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport. In continuation of the previous verse, it is specifically mentioned here that Dhruva Maharaj should engage himself in devotional service. Devotional service cannot be rendered to the impersonal Brahman feature of the Personality of Godhead, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whenever the word bhajasva appears, meaning engage yourself in devotional service, there must be the servant, the service, and the served. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is served, and the modes of activities to please Him is called service, and one who renders such service is called servant. Another significant feature in this verse is that only the Lord, no one else, is to be served. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. There is no need to serve the demigods who are just like the hands and legs of the Supreme Lord. When the Supreme Lord is served, the hands and legs of the Supreme Lord are automatically served. There is no need of separate service. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Tesham aham samudhartha mrityu samsara sagara. This means that the Lord, in order to show specific favor to the devotee, directs the devotee from within in such a way that ultimately he is delivered from the entanglement of material existence. No one but the Supreme Lord can help the living entity to be delivered from the entanglement of this material world. The material energy is a manifestation of one of the Supreme Personality Godhead's varieties of potencies. Parasya Shaktir Vivideva Shuyate. This material energy is one of the Lord's potencies, as much as heat and light are potencies of fire. The material energy is not different from the Supreme Personality, Supreme Godhead, but at the same time He has nothing to do with the material energy. The living entity who is the material marginal energy is entrapped by the material energy on the basis of his desire to lord it over the material world. The Lord is therefore is aloof from this. But when the same living entity engages himself in devotion service of the Lord, then he becomes attached to this service. The situation is called yuktam. For devotees, the Lord is present even in the material energy. This is the inconceivable potency of the Lord. Material energy acts in three modes of material qualities, which produces the action and reaction of material existence. Those who are not devotees become involved in such activities. Those who are not devotees become involved in such activities, whereas devotees who are dovetailed with the Supreme Personality of Godhead are freed from such action and reaction of the material energy. The Lord is therefore described herewith as Bhavachiddham, one who can give deliverance from the entanglement of material existence. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. So after explaining the position of the living entity in the material world. Of how misidentification of with body, I and you, the entire material life is a product of this false narrative that we are our bodies. And this is something that this is something that Maya has brainwashed us from the time we have taken birth in this material world. It is a scheme of the Lord wherein we, the marginal energy of the Lord, are given an opportunity to forget Him if we want to and start being or start experience an independent existence and independent enjoyment, independent seeking of pleasure, power, love, knowledge. So it's an opportunity given to the living entities for their perverted egoism. True egoism is we are eternal servants of Krishna. So an opportunity is given for experiencing false egoism of being disconnected from Krishna, of having nothing to do with Krishna, and I am there and I have my own potencies and I try to enjoy my life. And this is characteristic of everybody in the material existence. And here Kuvera is asking Dhruva that the Supreme Lord, who is beyond all these material senses, is to be worshipped by constant devotional service, and in this way engage yourself fully. The result is you will be delivered from the entanglement of material existence. So it is very clear the position of the living entity in the material world is that of playing the roles of different kinds of self-centered enjoyers. And the Maya's job is to convince the living entity, yes, this is a spiritual world, enjoy. And that is why we see everything as if it is spiritual world. In the spiritual world, we see ourselves as bodies. You don't separate the soul and the body in the spiritual world. Everything is spirit. So here also we want to see like that. If you see our real life, everybody's perception is, I am the body, but doesn't mean he is thinking I am the, if he thinks I am the machine-like body, then he has no rasa of life. If he remembers his intestine, if he remembers his stomach, his liver, if you see all those things, if you are always, it's a truth. You just don't see the body. You see the body is made up of all these phenomena. So very nicely Maya has covered all these things. Though the truth of the body is that it is phenomenally, it's built out of different phenomena, material phenomena, muscles, bone, all these things. But effect is for me to feel that this is a body. Actually, there is no body at all. Real bodies are in the spiritual world. Just like in the outside a saree shop, you see mannequin, plastic mannequins, fiberglass mannequin, and they are dressed well. But that is not body at all. The same statement we can say, this is not body at all. Not only we can make that statement that on the showcase what is there is not body at all, is not female at all, nor male. Exactly same statement can be made about these bodies also. They are neither male nor neither female persons. The person is within this body, who is thinking I am male, I am female. And the whole world is running on this illusion, centered around the identification with this material body as one's body. In a sense, spiritually speaking, we are bodiless in this material world. Our real body is in the spiritual world. So in this purport, Prabhupada is explaining that the meaning of the word bhajasva means engage in devotion service as a servant. The servant, the served, and the service. Three components are there. Entire existence, material and spiritual existence, revolves around the will of the Supreme Lord. And it is explained here that the Supreme Lord is not the only truth. Supreme Lord with his energies are the total truth. He is a total truth. Moment you bring personalism, you have to bring energies into existence. There is no person, meaning to a person, without a person who possesses personal qualities, who possesses personal things, who possesses relationships, who possesses riches, who possesses knowledge. Just like Bhagavan, description of one who possesses all opulences. So that is the understanding of who is God, Krishna, who is a possessor of all opulences simultaneously. Who are we? We are all tiny part and parcel persons. Eternal. We have no birth, we have no death. But here we have to take a body and believe that I am the body and understand this mass illusion. It's a mass illusion. A spiritual master, pure devotee, he comes and he says, hey, you are an illusion, you are all an illusion. You are not this body, you are something else. You are servant of Krishna. Your entire life foundation is wrong because you do not know who you are. You are eternal servant of Krishna, you are eternal part and parcel of the Supreme source of everything, Sarva Karana Karanam. And each of the part and parcel has a relationship with the Supreme Lord. So there is Krishna, there is Krishna's energies, and Krishna's energy has a relationship with Krishna. This is the complete understanding that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave. Moment you say absolute truth is impersonal, that there is no meaning to energy, there is no meaning to rasa, there is no meaning to opulence, nothing. Even in this material world, when living entities are imitating Krishna, what are they all after? They are after power energy, knowledge energy, love energy, pleasure energy. It's all energy. Sometimes you have pleasure means pleasure energy, it is influencing you. If it is not, then you don't have. Power you have or you do not have power. Material life itself is, the life itself means the person and the person who possesses all these things, and he has a relationship with them. Now the relationship with them, with everything including your own body, can be of two types. One is, it is meant for serving self-centered pleasures. Self-centered means first I believe I am the body, then everything centered around my body, my bodily pleasure, my sense pleasures, my father, my mother, my relatives, my house, my community. So these are, and within those bubbles of illusion, we try to get rasa, power rasa, knowledge rasa, pleasure rasa, love rasa. And it becomes very clear that all the drama has a beginning and has an end. Because the body has an end and body has a beginning. If the very same thing, propensities of the soul to have relationship, to enjoy rasa, to serve, etc. If it is engaged in relationship with the infallible Lord, the eternal Lord, the eternal Supreme Lord, then that relationship remains forever. That story doesn't end. That meaning of life, Krishna is my Supreme Father, it never ends. Somebody else is my father, has to end. So why not develop meaningful relationship, absolute relationship with Guru and Krishna and everything connected to Krishna. And that is what Kuvera is saying, that Dhruva Maharaj, now you simply engage. Our biggest relationship is what? We always act in relationship with something. We cannot keep quiet, we are all acting. Action is so important. So right there, if you define the right action, what is it? Engage in devotional service of the Lord. You got it. Rest of it, everything follows. Dovetailing of feeling, thinking, feeling, everything follows if you act in devotional service of the Lord. So Krishna consciousness is as simple as that. Each of us are tiny living entities. If you don't surrender to Krishna, you have to surrender to your destiny. Anyway, when we are born in this material world, our material life is destined. But each of us foolishly think that something unknown, I can create a life. You do not know, that's all, but destiny already knew. When you are born, it is destined what you will do. A Vaishnava, a devotee understands, is never worried about his life. Because good or bad, it is already destined in this body. Bodily sukha dukkha is destined. So let me endeavor for transcendental sukha. Gunatita sukha. Atindriya sukha. And that is devotional service. Life of relationship with Krishna is something that we can create by our free will. We can change. If we decide, we can become a pure devotee by the end of the life. If you don't decide, you won't become. But as far as material destiny is concerned, whether you want or not, those milestones are all fixed. Becoming this, becoming that is all fixed. And if Krishna wants to change it, he will change it a bit. So I have no botheration, I have no worry. My worry is not about becoming or not becoming. My worry is about engaging in pure devotional service of the Lord. So devotee's constant attempt, he is not struggling within the forces of Kala. The devotee is always struggling to see that he does not create any karma. Every moment he engages in pure devotional service without any material motivations. All these material motivations will go away once you understand this truth, that life is destined. That life is destined, the milestones of our life are destined, was common knowledge to every Indian in the early days. It is due to this Western education. The law of karma was very much ingrained in everyone, every child. And that is not there now. Even in our childhood days. Common social talk assumed that you have another life. Assumed that you all know every action has a reaction. Culturally, it was in everybody's mind in younger days. But today's younger youths, they have to hear philosophy now from Prabhupada. But this was very much part of Indian psyche. Everybody in village and everywhere. Even my younger days, you don't have to go very far away. Now today it is just like introducing the law of karma in the West when you want to speak to somebody. And therefore there's no acceptance of destiny and free will combinedly working. Every youth thinks that he has no peace of mind because he thinks that he can become anything. All these things will create mental diseases, depression. Whereas life becomes established, life becomes peaceful in an instant. Moment your anxiety about future is gone. When you are born, your destiny is done. Material destiny is fixed. Let me read more, let me chant more, let me serve Prabhupada and Krishna more. Now you are creating, changing your destiny. And that will... Changing the destiny means what? Creating a spiritual life. Other things are just whatever we work hard beyond normal duties. All those things will create results for a future life. See how nicely human form of life is designed by Krishna. If it is not destined, then human life, nobody will pursue spiritual life. They'll get excited about changing becoming whatever they want. Rather, human life, what is a prescription? First is, you have come here to live your destiny as per your karma. That is the purpose of human life here. In each life, live your destiny, and in the process, put your endeavor. Endeavor is what? Endeavor is for spiritually advancing in Krishna consciousness. So don't over-endeavor materially, do your normal endeavor. What has to come will come, what sukha has to come will come, what dukkha has to come will come. Accept it. Put efforts where changes can be made. If you put efforts where changes cannot be made in this life, then the result of that will be you are creating reactions for a future life. So to Dhruva Maharaj, the advice is given, completely engage in devotion service of the Lord. Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. And then at the end of the life, you will go back to Godhead. Bhavachiddham. One who can give deliverance from the entanglement of material existence. So, to come out of the story of material life, the word life itself, normally when we say, how's life? You ask. That means, how is your story? How is your story going? How is life? So to come out of the story of this life is very difficult. At the time of death, you have to come out. But while alive, to come out of the story, that is spiritual success. If you don't come out of the story, then you will have to continue with all the unfulfilled desires. So you start another story. World remains the same. The world is there, but your story changes. You are in this body, you have your story. Next life, you are born in another body and you have another story. But we all desire, what is my permanent relationship? Where is permanent relationship? Where is permanent love? We are never satisfied with simply, changing stories. The eternity, the sense of eternity is there for the soul. Sat. It wants, each of our life story, we want it to be permanent. Anything good, we want it to be permanent. But naturally the world is designed that everything is not good. Sukha is there, dukkha is there, pain is there, pleasure is there. All dualities are there. Desirable and undesirable. So that we look forward, where is that place where my heart is craving for eternal happiness, no dukkha, only transcendental sukha. No dualities. Where is that? That is Brahma Jijnasa. You ask and then a human being has to endeavor for this. And Kuvera is advising Dhruva Maharaj, now you please engage in devotion service of the Lord. All this is all Maya. I, you, stories are all Maya. Get into the eternal story, eternal life of serving Krishna. Go back to his kingdom by cutting this knot of material existence. The knot that ties us to the material existence is the false egoism. Not even I am this body. If behind I am this body, if your egoism is I have to serve Krishna with my body, I will serve Krishna only with my body, Krishna is my only master, and then you role play as a body, no problem. One can attain perfection of life. And when you role play as a body like that, then your body becomes spiritualized. Such a person's body is spiritual, all spiritual, like Prabhupada's body. He was transcendently role playing as a pure devotee of the Lord. It is very valuable. Krishna himself says, I become attached to the body of such a pure devotee. Because it is rendering pure service to the Lord. So there is no point in, there is nothing like I am the body or I hate the body, I am not the body, I hate the body. No, I am not the body, but body I use. It's a very valuable thing to engage in service of the Lord. To give pleasure to the Lord with this body. So the real Maya is not even I am the body, because I am the body is a punishment for something else. But desire for independent egoism, forgetting Krishna and wanting to be an independent person. Person means desires. That means independent desire, independent fulfillment. Okay, according to karma, you are given a body and you are given destiny according to your punya and papa. Any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, everything which happens with us, so is it like an accident also? Accident means accident. Accidentally things happen in our life. Is it really just an event, a random event, or it based on our papa and punya?
Whether it is actually
a random event or it's based on our papa and punya?
It dynamically, everything moves very dynamically in this material world, where just like every individual has got a circle of freedom. He uses the freedom another person is there, he has a circle of freedom. Another person, each individual is having a circle of freedom. Different types of freedom. Physical freedom, monetary freedom, different kinds of freedom. Everything. That means, let us say, a better way to understand is, let us take economics. Everybody is having different degrees of money in the pocket. Currency you take. Now with that currency you can do many things. But what is distinct is how much currency is in your pocket. How you spend that, you are creating a new world. How you spend that. So that is, this is a very crude example. In the case of currency, we can spend and you can see the differences. But here, you cannot. You have to wait for the next life for all the punyas that you do here. That is why it is said that whatever duty you have to do, you do. Because duty is, when you do the duty, that result is destined. Like I have 10,000 rupees in my bank account. I do my duty, simply it won't come. I have to write a checkbook. Some procedures are there. These procedures to get what you are destined is called duty. Sodharma, according to one's own nature. He has to do those things. So actually, the duties, the material duties are nothing but, it's not that it is producing the result. You're writing the check is not producing that 10,000 rupees in the bank. Something has produced, your destiny has produced that. And you are performing your duty and you're taking it. But today people think that my activity is what is producing the result. Result means phala that you enjoy. Not physical result. If I drop this, no doubt, because I dropped it, the result is cost. We are not talking that cost. That cost. We are talking about the karmic cause and effect. Karmic cause effect is not physical cause and effect. So if I am a student, I do my duty, right, of studying, all those things. Then naturally, karmically your result, whatever is destined is destined. You will get it. If you have not done your duty, will you get it? You will not get it, but that karma will remain with you. That earning will remain with you. That destiny does not change. So one should not think that destiny means events are destined. Events could be, or need not be. Just like if I am going from here to Chennai, there are milestones. I have to cross this place, that place, that place. But there may be many alternate routes also. The milestone will remain. Ultimately, if I don't cross certain place, I cannot go to Chennai. I have to go through that town. Then only I can go. So, some events may be destined. But to think that like in a mechanistic universe, destiny means everything that is happening in this material world, every moment that is happened is destined. Then what are you? Where is free will? It's not. The result is destined. Just like Krishna told Arjuna, they are already killed. Now the choice is there, you kill or by some other method. So see the result. Result is destined. Karmic result is destined. Not the details of war is destined. Who will kill whom? If you don't kill, there are alternate ways they will be killed, because I have decided they should all be killed. I have decided. So this also devotees sometimes ask this question in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, they are already killed. That means, and also he says, Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarva. So actually we have no free will at all. So this destiny and free will has to be simultaneously understood. Our Vedic philosophy is not a fatalistic philosophy. Everything is fate, everything is fate. Yes, your enjoyment and suffering is fate. If you say everything is fate, if fate is there, I'll move my hand. If fate is there, I will walk. If fate is there, I will go to school. If fate is there, I will... Like that, then you are misusing your free will. Your free will is meant to go according to the fate, not to hold it. Any other question? Yes.
Hare Krishna. Once Stoka Krishna Maharaj answered, had the same question, related to the same question, like accident related to accident question.
Accident.
Related to accident. Maharaj said that there is nothing accident in this world, everything is destined. That means that person is already destined to die. As you said that the ways and means are differs. So new karma anybody wants to create. For example, somebody, it's like akala mrityu. So how do you understand this accident? There is no accident in this world. Everything is destined. Then how the akala mrityu happens? How that akala mrityu happens?
If mrityu is destined, kala is changeable. Kala means it is, see, akala mrityu. When, how much anubhava you should have in this particular life. That anubhava you can have in 20 years or 40 years or 50 years. So if for any reason, what is the reason? It may not be karma. It may not be karma. There are so many complications. Let us say an earthquake happens. Many people die. Right? It is a global karma. So each person's, you can call that as Adi Dhaivik. Yeah, that means somebody else is influencing. Somebody else is influencing, because of that you are dying. So destiny also operates in the midst of so many influences. But your karmic account remains, never goes unpaid for, sukha or dukkha. That is the meaning of your sukha dukkha is destined. So there are words like this, akala mrityu. It can change. So the total event is destined, is not always, could be. You understand when I say could be? Even events could be destined. In the sukha dukkha, events could be destined. But it need not be destined also. Something else is destined. Event is not the anubhava. Event is not the anubhava. Anubhava is destined. Sukha dukkha anubhava is destined.
I had heard from you earlier, Prabhu, for this concept of combination of karma and free will which he asked. So similarly, on those lines, one person had asked me a question that say suppose because his understanding of karma or destiny was fixed. He didn't have the proper understanding. So he said, suppose now my karma is to get 75 marks in an exam out of 100. So now he wanted to prove that I will change my karma. So he said, no, I may not study, or I will even bunk going to an exam. So I will get a big 0. So then based on once what you had explained, when we say karma is destined, it also means the cap is there, upper limit is there. So that
like
means
the bank account I gave.
Bank account exam. Now when you have 10,000...
If you don't work, you will get 50%. If you work little more, you will get 60%.
Correct.
Because you are destined to get 80. Maximum.
So anything we do beyond that we cannot go. But I can also choose to get a 0. provided
Yes.
I don't go to exam hall.
You don't take exam.
I can get 0. So to understand his point of Akala Mrityu, the body's age is fixed, maybe in one sense destiny. But if I misuse, so now they can give for an instrument, this is the life cycle of this machine.
Yeah.
Now if we exploit that unnecessarily, it can come in 1/10 of that year. It depends on how we have used our free will, whether we get to our destiny or not.
Generally, death is, when they say death is fixed, generally 99%. But everything has an exemption. Everything has an exemption. So even many things we say destiny, okay, only now, don't take it to the other extreme. Only anubhava is, and everything else I can change. No. Just like you see, the world cannot, the people cannot decide to stop Kali Yuga. People cannot decide the changes of Yuga that is going to happen. It is not in your hand. It is not in the world's hand. Krishna has fixed cycles of the right kind of jivatmas will take birth in it. That's a different matter. But that cycle will go on. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga will go on. Cycle will go on. So that some things are fixed. Similarly, in one's life, some things are fixed, rigidly fixed, something need not be fixed. Some people are, they come for a purpose. An astrologer can see that and tell. Like they saw Prabhupada's astrology and told he'll build a house the whole world can live. Isn't it? So that part is fixed. That means that part Krishna sent him, go do this work. And already fixed. The astrologer could see that. So he did his work for what he came. The result was already there in the chart.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. This is also regarding this destiny, Prabhu. Just day before yesterday, I visited one donor. So for this donor, Prabhu, I had proposed a seva for Vaikuntha Hill. I had asked him that you donate for Vaikuntha Hill. Then for so long he didn't donate. Now when I met him day before yesterday, he said, Swamiji, I donated 11 lakh rupees for Tirupati. So I said, oh, you could have also given something for our Govinda. Then he said, that was destined already to go to Tirupati. Now when your Govinda wants, he will take from me in future. How can I decide that? So now what to say about this destiny? Was that destined to go to Tirupati?
There is only one person who can answer all these questions. Krishna. Grandaraj Shamit Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.